You know that feeling, right? You read a play, you picture it all perfectly in your head, and then you go see it on stage, and it's a completely different world. Well, that's the magic trick we're going to unpack today. How words on a page become this living, breathing, totally unforgettable experience.
So here's the big question. You could see two different productions of, say, Hamlet, just months apart. They're using the exact same script, the same words, but one feels like this high-stakes political thriller, and the other is a gut-wrenching family drama. How is that possible? Well, the answer comes down to one single powerful word: production.
Okay, so let's follow that journey. We're going to go from the quiet, lonely experience of reading words on a page to the buzzing, electric energy of the stage. This is where the real transformation happens. It's all about interpretation, creation, and, most importantly, collaboration.
Now, this is maybe the single most important thing to get your head around. The script you hold in your hand, that's not the play. Not really. It's the architectural blueprint. It's got the structure, the dialogue, all the essential design, but it's the production team that actually comes in and builds the house. They're the ones who choose the paint colors, furnish the rooms, and decide exactly how the light is going to stream through the windows.
And when you look at it side by side, the difference is just stark. A script is permanent, right? It's static. You can pick it up and read it anytime. But a production? It's temporary. It's ephemeral. It only exists in the moment that it's being performed. And, this is key, it's created with a live audience. The energy in the room literally becomes part of the show, and that makes every single night a completely unique, one-time-only event.
So who is this architect? Who's making all these decisions? Well, that's the production team, the hidden creative force that takes that blueprint and builds this final immersive world for all of us to step into.
Okay, so the official definition sounds a little dry. The coordinated execution of all creative and technical processes. I know. But what does that really mean? It means this isn't just about moving props around. It's a genuine art form. See that last part? A creative synthesis? It's about bringing together dozens, sometimes hundreds of creative choices to create one single unified meaning on stage. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Let's look at how this creative synthesis can take one single script and build completely different worlds out of it.
So, for our first example, let's take Eugene O'Neill's groundbreaking play, The Emperor Jones. It's this incredibly powerful story about Brutus Jones, a man who escapes prison and sets himself up as a tyrant on a Caribbean island. The script is the script, but how you stage it, well, that changes everything. Just look at the difference a few choices can make. A sympathetic production might use lighting and sound design to really dig into Jones's psychological terror, framing him as a victim of the systemic racism he fled. And you, in the audience, feel empathy for him. But a critical production could do the exact opposite. It could use costumes and staging to highlight his brutal authoritarian gestures, making him look like a tyrant totally corrupted by power. Same words, same story, but now you're led to feel judgment instead. The production choices completely flip the play's moral center.
All right, let's try this again with another classic. What's so great about this one is that the playwright, Tennessee Williams, he gives us a huge clue right there in the script. He calls The Glass Menagerie a memory play. So he's basically telling the production team, hey, don't even try to make this look realistic. So a production could really lean into that memory play idea, using soft, dreamy lighting and symbolic music to create this beautiful world of nostalgia and poetic tragedy. Or it could use harsher lighting, really focus on the family's bitter arguments, and turn the whole thing into a sharp social critique about economic anxiety and emotional suffocation. The production literally decides whether you leave the theater thinking about lost dreams or a broken society. So who gets to make these incredibly powerful decisions? Well, it's never, ever just one person. It's a team. It's a creative collective where every single member has to contribute to that final unified vision. The great theater practitioner Konstantin Stanislavski he nailed it with this. He said, "Love the art in yourself, not yourself in the art." Theater production has to be a collaborative, selfless act. It's all about serving the story, serving the collective vision, not showing off your own individual ego.
And here is that core team. You've got the director, who's like the conductor of an orchestra, providing that unifying vision. Then you have the designers, who build the entire sensory world, everything you see, everything you hear, everything you feel. The actors are that crucial link, the ones who bring the characters to life inside that world.
And then holding it all together, you have stage management and the technicians, the disciplined force that makes sure this incredibly complex machine runs smoothly, night after night.
So at the end of the day, understanding production isn't just for theater nerds. It's for anyone who wants to really fully appreciate the unique power of a live performance.
Production is theater's greatest strength, but it's also its greatest risk. It's what turns a simple text into an unforgettable sensory event. It's what allows a play written 400 years ago to feel urgent and brand new. But it's also incredibly vulnerable. A misguided interpretation can totally distort what the playwright was trying to say. And because it's live, it's ephemeral. It's this beautiful, fragile thing that can never be perfectly preserved.
So if there's one core idea to take away from all this, it's this right here. Production is the essential bridge. It is the active, creative process that connects the playwright's static words on a page to the living, breathing mind of the audience.
So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. The next time you find yourself sitting in a theater, don't just watch the story. Look for the choices. Ask yourself, why that lighting right now? What is that sound trying to make me feel? Because by noticing the production, you become more than just a spectator. You become an active participant in the creation of meaning.